Welcome in everyone to the weekly reading. So this is just a little kind of tapping into the energy for the week ahead. Just give you some awareness guidance so that you can better navigate your personal life, things going on in the collective. So this is for the week of May 4th through I think it's Sunday. We're doing Monday through Sunday. So Monday the 4th through Sunday the 10th. And this is going to be an interesting week. We have two squares. We have Mars and Mercury squaring Pluto. And then we also have Pluto going retrograde in Aquarius. So there's going to be a lot of deep dive in here, looking at our fears, looking at what's blocking us. So with Mars and Mercury squaring Pluto, so Mars is... So this is basically like we're looking at, it's kind of this, where do we want to go? What do we want to do? How do we want to do it? But then we have that square with Pluto, which is Scorpio. So it's like, okay, I have all these things. I want to take action. I'm motivated. I have these desires, these plans. But yet that square is saying, but wait, let me look at all these fears and these belief systems that are actually blocking me or holding me back. So it's helping us to really see the bigger picture there. It is a catalyst, but it's great because it's activating us. It's helping us gain some great breakthroughs that can help us make change and to break through all those blocks so that we can actually now move forward and actually have success or take action and have it work out, and not let the things that are lying beneath, right, in the unconscious to hold us back. And then Mercury square Pluto. So this is kind of like where the conscious mind meets the unconscious and meets the emotional depths. So the logical thinking and the habitual behavior patterns, these are going to kind of be shown together and show us there, because squares bring tension and conflict a bit, because it's like, okay, we're going to start seeing what's really happening, which is great. So this is a great portal for us to look beneath the surface with Pluto energy, look beyond our stories, look beyond our mindsets, our belief pattern, our belief systems, our patterns, and see the truth. And it's really needing our awareness and our integration of these things that aren't serving us anymore. So this is a great opportunity. And then with the retrograde that's going to kick off on the 6th, this is also going to be mirroring us. And it wants to expose and reveal the things that are holding us back. Same thing, the hidden things, the unconscious, the fears, the deep belief systems, the deep like coping mechanisms, or like us not feeling safe. So we've built all these walls up, whatever that is. It's going to help us review this and see this for what it really is. And it invites us to really discern, like our awareness, discern why we do the things we do, and helps us to really get out of the way. But with Aquarius too, this is also going to, because Aquarius is about the collective. So it's like, look, that's going to also help us see what's going on in the collective, what's real, what's not, what's our truth. How do we want to engage in those systems? Where do we want to break free of this? And it's really going to help us be very conscious about the influence that the collective has, whatever's going on in the collective, and how that really impacts us. So let's dive in. And because of all the deep unconscious stuff with Pluto, I'm using the Moonology cards to pull for Oracle. So the first one out is have faith in your dreams. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Yes, this is really going to help us close out some cycles, close out some kind of closing out some timelines, some chapters, clearing out the stuff that's been really blocking us. It's time to end this. And that's exactly why we need this week to happen. Yes, totally. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. That's exactly what all these squares and that Pluto retrograde is going to do, is help us work through our fears so that we can finally move forward. We can finally bring in what we really want. And we can start creating. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So there's something that we have been toiling at, working at. We've been investing our time, our money, our energy in, and it has not been equitable for us. It has not been giving us harvest. It hasn't been producing. So it's like we're expending so much of our life force into something. And I think that's what's happening as well, is we're going to see this for what it is. Maybe there's some fears about like not doing this anymore, because this could represent like a relationship. It could represent a business or a project, something that has had real meaning for us. And I do feel this is a bit ego driven, or there could be some codependency with this, or like, no, I'm going to make this work. But it's okay to finally be able to say, it didn't work, or I'm going to stop doing this and start something new. And I also feel like you intuitively in your soul are kind of over this anyways. Eight of Swords. So this has definitely made you feel stuck. And I feel like you've been stuck because you've been blinded by something. You've been blinded by a codependency in a relationship. You've been blinded by like, this gives you some sort of, to me, there's something about ego and image here as well. So you could keep doing this because you think you have to, because this is what society tells you. I have to have this job with this great title, but it's like falling apart, and it's not helping me financially anymore. And it's time to take the blindfold off, which is what, again, this energy is going to do. And look at this. We have the moon. So there's that Piscean energy. This is also watery energy. It is about the unconscious, which I just kept saying unconscious, because that's really what these water signs do. Water signs represent the depths, the fears, our truth, our unconscious, and what's really driving us, right? What's the root of the issues here? And Ace of Cups, all the emotions are coming up, and we're closing out a chapter here. We're letting go of this baggage that we've been carrying, whether it's baggage in that it's been belief systems that we bought into and we kept believing something. But really, what have these beliefs done for us except to bear heavy responsibility? It's brought heaviness to us and stress. It's slowed us down. It's blocked us from truly being able to also have ease in our life. You know, for example, a belief system could be that, no, I have to work my ass off and toil and strive to prove my self-worth, because that's something your family programmed into you. Maybe it's something your parents always made you feel like you're not good enough unless you're not good enough unless you're doing something for me, or doing something that we define as success, or we define as worth. And so you've like literally worked yourself to where this could also be carrying energetically in your body. So you could have a bad back, literally. And that's all energetic here. Judgment in reverse. So you've been blocking. You've really been, like, the universe has been trying to show you, and you've been getting messages. The body is also giving us messages. So if you're dealing with some sort of health issues also, this is tied to this. And the universe has been trying to get you to see something, and you've been resisting that, the call to make a change. You've been resisting this. And there's something about resisting like a rebirth, resisting some sort of big change that needs to happen as well. So I think this week, this is what is all going to come to the surface for you in general. We could see this in the collective as well. Just like the resistance of the collective energy, the resistance of our governments, of our platforms, of our corporations to change, and wanting to maintain and stay the same, and wanting to do the same things. Like, it's kind of like traditional corporate America. They want to continue doing the same thing and same things, but it's not producing the same results. It's the same thing of like focusing too much on the money and not focusing on why we do what we do, focusing on what are we doing? How does it impact humanity? How does it impact the earth? How is our what is the health of our employees? All these things, these ideas and beliefs that aren't serving us. Five of Pentacles, definitely financial impact here. But also this is about fear and security as well. So this is going to shine the light on our deep-rooted, lack of sense of security within ourselves and just within us internally, because that's what mirrors out. And this again this is why we also work ourselves to death, or why we continue to strive and toil instead of thrive. It's because we're afraid. We need the money. We need to have a certain amount in our bank account. If I don't have a job, what's going to happen? Like a deep-rooted fear of not having what you need, a deep-rooted fear of, being homeless or, losing everything. These are all the deep-rooted collective fears, and they're going to be coming up this week. So I'd be really aware as you work through this week. Justice in reverse. Again, life is always trying to bring justice. It's always trying to bring balance back. But when we push up against the natural flow of the law of the universe, we create really bad results. And that's where we stay stuck in karmic loops. And if you can tell by what's going on in the collective, on the earth, in the earth plane, in the earth's view, whether it's, again, governments, organizations, groups of people, countries, we are seeing this really boiling up. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. So what's funny is we create the patterns. We create, we keep ourselves stuck in a loop. And then we wonder why. Why does this keep happening? Why doesn't things work out? Why can't I change this? And also keep focusing on what we don't have, right? This is the key to the Four of Pentacles, is this person here is looking at the Three Cups, but yet he's like, it's not enough. It's not enough. And why don't I have the Fourth Cup? But what's interesting in this card, the universe is offering the Fourth Cup, and they're just unwilling to see. They don't have the awareness to really see what the universe is offering us. So that's the beauty of the energy this week, is yes, it's going to shine the light on all of this stuff, but it's shining the light on it so we can see it. And we can say, oh, okay, now I see why. Right? Now I see why I've been stuck. Or now I see why that this hasn't been really, I have this belief that I have to strive and toil, but it's not true. And now we can move forward and say, that's not my truth anymore. My truth now is that I can have ease in my life. I can have ease and grace and create more abundance with ease and grace. All right? Or the universe is my is my support. The universe is my security. The belief that no, my job is my security or money is my security is the false God. It's the false sense of security. But when you find security through the universe, through source, through your higher self, that is where you find complete groundedness. And no matter what happens in the external world, you can maintain your sense of stability and groundedness. And this is where we clear all this gunk, these mindsets and these beliefs. And that is where we clear our cup and open the door for new emotions to come in that help us to really find joy again and find bliss. Wow, this is an amazing reading for this week. And let's see, why did this fly out? 7 of Wands in reverse. This flew out because this is about stopping the resistance. You've been creating your own resistance to the very things that you've wanted. And this is getting, I think this flew out to call that piece out. So you've been creating your own resistance. And this is also too about you've kind of fought for your beliefs. You fought for this mindset, which is interesting because once you see this for what it really was, now all of a sudden you're like, wow, I can't believe that I, was so like distorted. But the moon energy really can distort our perspective. And the Hanged Man. So that's what's kept you stuck. But I like the Hanged Man here because the Hanged Man actually represents enlightenment, gaining a new perspective. And you've been stuck for a reason, because the stuckness has helped you grow. And finally, you're going to hit this point of like this aha, like you see things for what they really are. Before you looked at things very in a distorted, filtered view. And the distortion was really these templates that you've been programmed to believe that weren't true. And you had to subscribe to a certain way of thinking and living and believing to really fit in, as a child with your family. So you subscribe to what your family taught you by either their struggles, their trauma, what they told you all the time, by their mirroring, by leading by example, and you just followed it. But now we're waking up to this. We're really waking up to it. So amazing reading. I love this for this week. Definitely stay grounded. Really be highly, highly aware of what you're feeling, what's coming up, what's being shown to you in the external world. And this is a week to not react, because you could get a lot of triggers, because when our beliefs are being tested, when life is saying, hey, our beliefs aren't true, that can really cause a lot of triggering for us. And a lot of people can be reactive to that. And they're going to fight to the death. So you might see this happening. We might see this a lot in the collective, where people are going to be fighting their hardest to maintain the old structures, the old ways of doing things, the old belief systems, and just don't engage there either. All right, everyone, have a safe, good week, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.